This week's guest is someone you've quite literally grown up watching. Actor, host, husband, and father Jerry O'Connell. From his unforgettable breakout role in Stand By Me, starring in hit TV shows like Sliders, Crossing Jordan, Jerry has spent decades in Hollywood mastering the art of reinvention. Most recently, he was the co-host on the show The Talk for CBS, bringing humor, honesty, and heart to daytime television. But beyond the spotlight, Jerry is a devoted husband to actress Rebecca Romijn and a proud father to two twin daughters. His journey is one of evolution, from child actor to thoughtful, grounded family man, and a reminder that true success isn't just about fame. It's about growth, gratitude, and staying real in a world that often isn't. So I was asking you, when was the last time you were single?
Last time I was single, I got married in 2007. So, but I mean, I was dating my wife for 3 years before that. So 2004, but I was dating someone before I met my wife, but that was one of those off again, on again ones.
A situationship?
Yeah, it was just off and on. So I'll say 2004.
Huh.
Wow, 21 years. It's funny being married though. It's I really like it.
That's good.
It's yeah, it's crazy. A lot of my friends, because I have children that are just sort of getting out of high school now. And so a lot of my friends who have kids that age are getting divorced, you know? It's crazy to see. And I said to my wife, I was
Been
like,
there, done that.
hey, when these kids go to college, are we gonna get divorced? I'll tell you, I'm very lucky though. And I mean this, I'm really lucky. My wife was married to a very famous person. You can look it up.
Mm-hmm.
And they got divorced. And I have to say, there's like a shorthand with my wife and I now where like, if we get into a fight or I, let's say, get a little aggressive in a fight,
Mm-hmm.
verbally, of course, my wife will be like, hey man, I've pulled the trigger on divorces before. Like I've been there. I'm not afraid of.
That's so true.
I've reached the lowest lows. I'm not afraid of it. And it is actually something that's really funny about failure. Failure is like so great because you have like no fear afterwards. You're like, well, I've already messed up. I've already failed at this. I'm not afraid to fail again. It's so weird.
So true.
As you get older.
I just listened to something this morning. This woman, she's like this ridiculous European, like giving advice on Instagram.
Yeah.
She's
What
like,
is her name?
I don't know.
Okay.
She's like, I'm going to send it to you. She's
Okay.
like,
But your algorithm is European women giving advice?
Clearly.
Okay. Sure.
She's like, your first marriage is just a trial. Congratulations. Now you can get it right. I'm like,
great accent, Alina.
Thanks.
Really good stuff and not offensive in any way. I'm not kidding. It was good.
How did you and Rebecca meet?
We met at it's actually really like classy. It's like tasteful. We met at a Maxim Hot 100 party. Are you too young to know what Maxim magazine is?
No, I know Maxim. We've established our age gap is not that much.
So Maxim, for your younger listeners, viewers, was like sort of a guy magazine with women on the cover, scantily clad, and inside articles about
this is
like
before Instagram models existed,
Correct.
so they were all in Maxim.
Correct. And it's hardware, like the newest electronic devices and cars that are fast. And we met at a Maxim Hot 100 party, and my wife was like top 10, I believe, like number 9.
Yeah, no surprise.
And my wife was newly single, and I was in that on again, off again relationship, and I made a beeline for her, and it was funny. I mean, my wife and I get along. Obviously, we've been together this long. Oh, no, we don't have to get along, but I mean, we do get along very well. My wife is my best friend. My wife was ready to start a family. My wife was 31 at the time.
How old were you?
30.
Oh, okay.
Young.
Yeah.
Especially in LA. I noticed I moved to Los Angeles in my early 20s, when I was 22. People just don't get married here, you know? I have to tell you, I had no intentions of getting married either. I just met my wife, and I am very much in love with her, and my wife wanted to start a family, and that was it.
What was your opening line to her? Like, how do you approach a woman like Rebecca Romijn?
Right.
A supermodel,
Sure.
no pressure.
Yeah, my wife's a supermodel. Look it up. It's really funny. So I'm able to compare this now to we now have two 16-year-old girls,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm going to tell you a story about them, and I promise I'll bring it back around. Tell me when we're like running out of time. My daughters, before they had their licenses, were going to meet a couple of guys
Mm-hmm.
at the Santa Monica Pier. For those who don't know, it's like got a Ferris wheel and a merry-go-round and cotton candy and milkshakes, and teenagers go there. It's what you do when you're not drinking or going to bars or clubs. It's like an amusement park.
Yeah.
And it's fun.
I take my kids there.
Yeah. And it's nice. And it's, kids go there. But they were going to meet two guys for a double date. I have two daughters, twin girls. They were both 15 at the time. So I dropped them off and I was like, all right, girls, good luck on your date. Call if anything goes on, here's some money. But I'll be back in a couple hours. And I was going to go off and come back in a couple hours, 3 hours, Drove away. Within 10 minutes, got a call, come and get us. And
Did you
I was
freak
like,
out?
is everything okay? And they said, just come and get us. So I turned around. I went to pick them up. I was like, is everything okay? There's a diner around the corner. Shout out Mel's Diner. I said, let's go to Mel's. So we're eating and I was like, girls, what happened? You were going to meet these guys. They were hot. I saw their photos. Athletes. And they said, the craziest thing happened. We went there. We were in line to go on the Sea Serpent. Okay, that's at the Santa Monica Pier. It's the thing that goes. We waved to them and they ignored us. We got off the Sea Serpent and they were in line to go on another ride.
Mm-hmm.
And we waved to them and said, hey, we'll wait for you when you come off the line. And they ignored us. And
What's wrong with these kids?
we said, hey, guys, whatever their names were, their dumb names were. I'll make up dumb names. Hey,
Pop and Joe.
Connor and Dylan. I'm making those up. Hey, what are like dumb guys' names? Hey, Tanner and Kyle. I hope I'm not offending people. You have sons?
I do. Neither are named Connor
Okay, good. I'm going to try one more then. Hey, I said Connor. Hey, let me come up with a funny one. Hey,
Stuart
and Bishop. We'll wait for you guys. And they said they ignored us. They made believe they didn't hear us. We were yelling at them. So we called you up and said, let's get out of here. And I went, girls, show me the Snapchat. I want to see, are you delusional? Mm-hmm. Did you think they were coming there to, like, what's going on? They show me the Snapchat messages. Hey, what's up? What's up? We'll meet you at the Santa Monica Pier. Great. What time? 7.
Mm-hmm.
See you then. Can't wait to see you. I said, these are the dudes? And they said, yeah. And I went, text them right now. Text them right now. And they were like, what? And I was like, text them right now and say, WTF. Mm-hmm. We saw you. Why did you ignore us? And so my daughters were like, we can't text that. And I was like, girls, text it right now.
Call them out.
And so they texted, guys, what happened? We saw you there.
Mm-hmm.
And they wrote back, yeah, we saw you too. We just weren't feeling it. This is what they said.
Little jerks.
Now, I have to tell you, I was like, show me all the messages like before this. Do you know these guys? Are they strangers? Because they go to a different school. And they had full conversations. They knew each other. They were friends. They had met previously. And I'm convinced that my daughters, who are, look, we don't judge people physically, but they're tall, they're presentable, they're funny, they're charismatic. Mm-hmm. They set up dates with guys at the Santa Monica Pier. They're not timid. Mm-hmm. They saw these guys, and these guys, when they saw my daughters, freaked out, got scared. They set up a date. It's not like my daughters were calling them out randomly. These weren't randos.
Right. When
they saw face to face my daughters, they froze up. And I come from a different generation. I didn't have to text girls to meet them. I shouldn't assign gender. I didn't have to text people to meet them. I had to go up to them at a Maxim Hot 100 party.
Right.
and extend my hand and go, wow, Rebecca Romijn, what an honor to meet you. Is it okay if I sit down? I swear I'm funny. I'll buy you a drink. Wait a minute, it's free drinks. I'll sit here for 5 minutes. If you don't like me, you can call security. I had to present myself. I had to show my wife, who is way hotter than me. Tell me when I'm getting too impassioned on your show.
I love it.
Who is way hotter than me, who is way out of my league, who is richer than me, who is hotter than me, who is winning. I had to show her that I had courage. I had to show her that I had courage, which is attractive, that I had nerve. And a lot of these, I won't assign gender, people today, when they're dating,
zero chivalry.
They don't have it because everything is texting and it's not the same.
There's no tone, and it sets a false sense of intimacy. I mean, now at the tender age that I'm at, almost 40, it's the same thing. It's not the Santa Monica Ferris wheel, but it could be anywhere else in Santa Monica, right? And it's how a man approaches you says so much, says everything. And I always say that, pick up the phone, make a phone call, send flowers, chivalry.
Walk up to them at a bar. Yes. Go up to them.
People are afraid to talk.
By the way, listen, I've had horror stories. I will never forget when I was single pre-2004, I was a member of a gym here in California. It's no longer there. It's now like a really fancy Equinox, the one that costs like way more. There's like Equinox and then there's like Equinox that you have to pay extra for. But it was called Sports Club LA. No one remembers this place. It was on Sepulveda between Pico and Olympic, and it was the spot. It was like from the 80s. A lot of carpeting, green carpeting in a gym. A lot of pink, like pink was the color there. It was from the 80s, but it was like the spot to go work out. And there was a person that I saw there every day. I was interested in this person physically, and they would always do the elliptical. And then one day, finally, I was like, I'm gonna go say something. So I went up to this young lady and I was like, hey, how are you? And I gave the symbol for like, take your headphones out, like, hey. And this young lady went, no, I'm not interested. Leave me alone. No. And it was really like embarrassing. And that is the worst. Is like the nightmare.
Did she recognize you?
You know what? She ended up dating a friend of mine later, and we all went on a double date. It was so funny.
How do you feel about me now?
It was so funny. I was with my wife at the time when we went on a double date. I did not tell my wife but it was funny. But that was like the worst case scenario. And by the way, getting back to what we were talking about, like we started off talking about failure. I failed. I'm okay,
Failure teaches us a lot more than success does, for sure.
But it's funny. I think it's so funny having teenagers. Phones have really ruined everything. I mean, listen, I'm bad too. Like at night, I spend an hour looking at Instagram. I can't help it.
What are the accounts you follow? I'm really curious. Like,
it's not even accounts I follow. My algorithm, this is so embarrassing. I mean, obviously yours is like people with accents that are going to do saying you must.
Hey, I do accents. I like accents.
Say you must find an inner strength and not be afraid to fail and go out. Go outside, go do things. My accounts, this is really boring. A lot of like street fights. I don't know why. I take jujitsu, so maybe they can see I go to jujitsu, and like people attacking people on streets. A lot of road rage. I mean, listen, that's partially you. You're a reporter. You work in local news. Road rage is something. What else? A lot of muscle stuff. You can't tell today, but like I try to go to the gym and stuff, so they see me going to the gym. And I have cats. I love cats. I have a lot of cat videos. For some reason, coming from Russia, big Persian, Russian cats, and we're doing accents here like Russians who like train the cats to do special tricks.
Russian accent is different.
Yeah, that's
but
a
I'm
good one.
also half Russian.
Oh wow, that's so funny.
What's your background?
I'm Catholic, so Irish and Italian, Polish, just all the Catholics in New York.
So talking
in
about
any way, really.
Daughters. Does it scare you to raise daughters in LA? I mean, just looking at the way the things are now, people can't even pick up the phone to call. It's like, What do you teach your daughters about guys and about dating? Like, what's the most
the first thing I
important
try to teach my daughters, and this goes to like, and also like, I don't go into their phones. So I don't check on their stuff. First of all, I wouldn't know how to. They have so many like secret like things and stuff. I do message them on Snapchat, which is pretty fun. Are you on Snapchat?
No, my older son is.
Yeah, it's like fun. You should go on it and message him on it. It's like, it's how they talk. It's like funny because you can leave video messages, and when you video call each other, it's just fun. It's got a fun like sound. It goes like boop 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 boop. Anyone on Snapchat? Strict? Anyone know what I'm talking about? Boop, 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 boop. It's just a cool sound.
You're gonna have to download it. Are you guys strict parents?
My wife is more strict than I am. You know, it's interesting. You grew up in Southern California. We're raising them in the Valley in a little enclave called Calabasas, where all the Kardashians live.
My Armenian sisters.
Yes. These kids party. I had to like go around and take bottles of booze from kids, you know?
In high school? Well, actually, that
Yeah.
happened at our high school parties too. But I didn't drink until I was in my 20s.
Really?
I was pretty good about that, yeah.
Wow.
I think I got alcohol poisoning when I was 14 and almost died. So after that, God. I was just like, I'm
sorry to pry. Tell us that story.
I was in Russia.
Oh, wow.
Because my dad lives in Russia.
Okay.
He moved there when I was 9. And so he had friends there and they'd invited us over. And so me and his friend's daughter, who's a few years older than me, she's like, look, my dad has this great bar. We should go drink. I'm like, great, let's do it. So I had like a glass of champagne, then a glass of like orange liqueur, and then a cognac, and then mixed it all. Yeah. I'm 14. I've never had alcohol and our parents weren't watching.
Yeah.
You can imagine, I wanted to die. And so I didn't touch alcohol, I want to say until I was like 22.
Wow.
So that's probably a good thing to do to kids. Like just give them a lot of alcohol, make them sick of it, and then they won't touch it.
Yeah, my kids, my kids have been, I've seen my kids very drunk, you know. I'm not one of those parents who gives kids alcohol and is like, hey, let's have a glass of wine and let's drink civilly. I know that's probably what like cool European parents do, and that's maybe what you're supposed to do. I mean, maybe if we listen to your friend on Instagram who talks to you, give children just a little booze. It's good.
Better.
Make it not so verboten or forbidden. Make it so that they have access to it and it will not become like a forbidden fruit for them. I'm like, don't do it in front of me. You know, like you're too young for that stuff. You know, I just like explain to them like, listen, there's a lot of addiction in our family, you know, like, I mean, don't even get me started. They have a car, they're driving. I found a lighter in the car. I was like, girls, what the F is this? Like, and they were like, it's our friend's lighter. It's our friend's lighter. And I was like, look, guys, like, just like, you know, nicotine is bad. Nicotine is like a lifelong addiction. I used to smoke ciggies. It was so tough to quit them, you know. It's just like I'm at that age. I don't quite know what to do. I guess Reddit's good. I sometimes read Reddit, you know. But you know, my wife is a little more like you girls better be home at midnight. Mm-hmm. I'm like, girls, you could stay out late. Now listen, my kids they had HOCO, homecoming last week. They dressed in crazy short outfits. My phone's over there. Short dresses and everything. Like, do I want to say like, hey girls, can we put on like maybe like a skirt, like mid-thigh? Like, I mean, these dresses were like there, you know? Mm-hmm. But what can I do? I can't tell them how to dress. Like,
do you ever think you'd be a girl dad?
I never even grew up around girls. Like I had a brother, my mom, I love her, but my mom is a pretty like, you know, my mom was a boy mom. So she was like, I rarely saw her in dresses. Like I didn't know how to do hair or makeup or deal with like people wearing revealing clothes at 16. By the way, I had to pick them up at 1 a.m. in a strip mall parking lot because the party was over and they got dropped off. And like, I drove there and my children are like in like crazy outfits in a strip mall. And I'm like, this is so dangerous.
I'm not looking forward to the high school years. My boys are 6 and 9.
Yeah.
And it's like every age obviously comes with something. But let's talk about how you grew up. You didn't grow up in LA. You're from the East Coast, right?
I grew up in New York City. New York City's great. My children growing up in the suburbs, I had to take them everywhere and drop them off. They needed a ride everywhere. When you grow up in New York City, you just go. Like my parents didn't even know where I was. It's really fun. I really think my kids sort of missed out on. That said, my kids go to homecoming. We didn't have homecoming in New York City. My kids go to football games on Friday nights in the fall. I didn't have that in the city. You know, my kids have a car and they drive around and they go to In-N-Out. And so there's a freedom that they have that I didn't have at their age.
Looking at that, do you feel like you missed out on any of it, being a child actor, starting in Hollywood so young? I think you were 11.
Yeah. You know, I was in Stand By Me when I was 11. It was a big hit. I wasn't really prepared for that kind of success in the business. It really didn't. I didn't really have much success as a child. After that, I did a few smaller television projects, no film projects. So I don't think I had the same sort of experience as more famous child stars. Who I'm friendly with a few of them now, and it's funny. I had a pretty normal experience. I went to high school. I went to college. I graduated college. Yeah. I had a pretty normal, I didn't have that Hollywood experience. I didn't live in Hollywood.
Would you let your kids get into Hollywood or entertainment
100%.
now?
I have one daughter who is full on acting now. She is an agent. She auditions. Listen, Nepo baby. I make that joke with her all the time. Get ready. If she has any success, she's a Nepo baby. That's what they're going to call her. She does work for it. She
wants to act.
She wants to act. She auditions. Listen, it's the family business. I help her out with auditions. My wife helps her out with auditions. It's fun for us.
Yeah.
We have a fun time doing it. I'm not good at really anything in this world. I can act pretty well. And I can audition pretty well. And I'm able to help my kids do that.
Jenny Garth said recently, I would totally
I love
want
her,
my
by the way.
kids-
She's a friend of mine.
She's amazing.
Yeah.
She said, I would totally want my kids to be in Hollywood, but I'm going to every casting meeting.
Oh,
I'm
yeah.
sitting there. And that's the only condition. And I found that to be, you know, it's like the guardrails, but also you're allowing your kids to do what they want to do.
Yeah. I don't think it's even auditions. It's just, I'm here. I'm watching you. Why is there a lighter in your car? Like, I don't think it's just auditioning. I think it's like, you know, I think it's like everything, you know? I think I do give them slack, you know?
I think you just always want them to know that you're watching, that there's eyes on them, you know?
Yeah.
Because when I was younger, I was 17, I was hiding my cigarettes from my mom. And I wasn't like fully smoking. I just wanted to be cool and have a cigarette because I was working at the mall and the older girls were smoking. So I'm like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to be skinny and cool and Parisian.
I need to know because I live in Southern California. Which mall?
Glendale Galleria.
It's a good mall.
Yeah,
it's the Americana, right? It's the big one, right?
It's next door to the Americana.
Okay,
and I worked at Baker's Shoes. That was my first job.
Wow.
So I was Al Bundy.
Wow. No, but Baker's Shoes, they're like kind of.
It's like Steve Madden.
Yeah.
You know?
Do you still, I mean, let's give them a plug.
Do I still work at the mall?
No. Do you still, do you like Baker's Shoes? Like, do you sometimes wear
I think they went out of business.
Oh, really?
So now it's like Steve Madden that.
Took over.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
Level. Would you have to wear like sort of heels at work just to show like?
No, we could wear flats, thankfully.
Okay. Yeah.
But we had a funny thing that I think you'll appreciate. So if we'd bend over to hand someone the boxes and take the shoes out and give it to them, and if someone's pants happened to drop too low, our code was, hey, Susie, what's cracking?
Oh, yeah.
What's cracking? Need some help?
That's funny.
So they would know,
yeah.
You know, something showing.
God, I haven't been to a shoe store in such a long time. But did you have like the foot measuring thing, that weird metal thing that looked like some sort of like medical? I still can't make
sense of it. I take it from my kids device. And I'm like, what are these numbers? Just bring us the closest thing so he's not tripping when he runs.
Oh God, just because we're on that tangent now. I have teenage daughters who are like very into like footwear and like they're like really like sneakers. It's a big sneaker culture and they play volleyball and they have to get just the right like sneakers. But it was so funny. I was hearkening back to a simpler time when my daughters love to go to, we're giving all the shoe places plugs now. And by the way, they should be a sponsor of your podcast. I used to take my daughters to Payless. And for those who haven't been to a Payless, because I'm sure your viewers are really highfalutin people who would never step foot in a Payless. But Payless is awesome because it's just racks of shoes with sizes. So like it's like size 6 and 7, size 7 and 8, size 8 and 9, and you go down and you just walk around your size. So it's like, oh, what do you have in my size? And you look up and down, and my daughters used to love to go to Payless.
Simpler
they
times. I love it.
Look at all the shoes. And I remember they'd say, Dad, can we go to Payless? And I'd be like, these are the days. This is it. These are the days. This is it.
I remember I would get my Keds, like colorful Ked sneakers, like orange and purple. And it was like the thing when my mom could take me, because we grew up like poor in Glendale. So to go to Payless once every, I don't know, 3 months or something to get like a new pair of Keds was like, I'm going with clean shoes. Yeah.
So funny, right? Funny.
So I want to know, I mean, you get recognized for being a child star, but like, what's like the one thing that people recognize you for the most? I know when I go to the grocery store, it's, hey, news lady.
Yeah. Oh, that's
or the
funny.
valet attendants. Hey, news lady.
Okay.
Do you have that? Something that like,
you know what's funny?
Comes up a lot.
Because I'm significantly older than you and I've been doing it a while. And actually it's a testament to also like you doing this podcast and having you do a lot of things. I really, I think it came out of like fear of, I went through like a few periods in Los Angeles when I moved here of not working as an actor. And I was like, I got to get some other, you know what it was? It was Kelly Ripa had a big influence on my life. I was doing a play in New York and I guest co-hosted on Live with, at the time, it was Kelly and Regis.
oh, wow.
And Regis was out that day. I was doing a play.
Mm-hmm.
I was a known actor. Somebody backed out. They called me at the last minute, and I went in to be her co-host. Loved it. She was so funny. It's like this. Funny. Young mom. I had babies. We were joking. She was funny. And I went in and co-hosted with her. And show's over, 1 hour live show, live TV. I was like, that was so fun. Thank you so much. She said, hey, you should come back. You should come back and do this. And I was like, no, this is a one-time thing. I was on Broadway. I was working only as an actor then.
Mm-hmm.
And Kelly said to me, hey, you shouldn't have like an attitude about this. This is like,
you knocked it?
this is, you know what? I probably knocked it to her face a little bit. And I'm like regretful of that. I was like, oh, no. I was like,
I'm a serious actor.
Yeah, so. No, I'm on Broadway. I probably said to her like, oh, no, I'm on Broadway. I'm not, this was a one-time thing. And she checked me. She's tough, Kelly Ripa.
Yeah, you have to be.
And Kelly said, and grabbed me. And by the way, Kelly did this because Kelly likes me.
Uh-huh.
Kelly like grabbed me and went, hey man, you shouldn't, I'm an actress. I'm an actor. I'm in soaps.
Mm-hmm.
This is as good as it gets. These are good gigs and
Morning,
you're good at it.
yeah.
And you should, if we call you again, you should come back. And it really stuck with me. And I co-hosted with her a bunch.
Mm-hmm.
And Alina, you know this. I'm a TV host now. I could be, and so getting back to your original question, if it's a daytime viewer, sorry to generalize and stereotype, a woman of a particular age who might still watch daytime television, that woman knows me from
The Talk.
The Talk, which was a show I was on for 5 years.
Mm-hmm.
A daytime show as a host, if you're someone in their 30s, you know me from a movie I did, Kangaroo Jack, which was a popular kids movie 20 years ago when you were 10 and you watched it. It was probably on DVD. If you're a little bit of a sci-fi nerd, sorry again to put labels, but that's like a geek. That's what they call them. You'll know me from a sci-fi show I did called Sliders, or I'm the animated voice of Superman. So I can like, again, we don't generalize and stereotype on breaking through, but I like, and this is something I've now done purposely. I'm open to the universe with my career. I try to be open to the universe with like, you asked me to come do your podcast. Sure. Yes, I'll come and do it. And because everything is like an experience and you never know what the next thing comes from. And if I hadn't said yes to Kelly Ripa needing a co-host, and by the way, I was like, can I do that? I'm an actor on Broadway.
I can act like a host.
I mean, the other actors on my Bravo show aren't doing this, and they wouldn't do it. And it was funny. I remember a couple of my actors went, "Oh, hey, by the way, because we saw our ticket sales go up because I'm on a show that millions of people are watching." And our producer went, "Hey, man, thanks for doing that hit. We're getting like ticket sales." And people are coming in and saying,
it's like the best promotion. You didn't even know.
Well, when they sell tickets, especially they say like, "Hey, how did you find out about this?" "Oh, saw it on Live with Kelly and Mark." And the producer was like, "Thanks for that." And I remember a couple of the actors were like, "Oh yeah, thank you for doing that. Like, we're not going to do that, but thank you for doing that." And you just I think in life you just have to be open to everything,
Totally. This year I said to myself, it's the year of the yes. I've said yes to so many things. And of course, not all of them turn out well. Some things you're like, why the hell am I here? Why can't I go home? But for the most part, everything I've said yes to this year has turned out to be positive.
Olina, without insulting anyone, what did you say yes to and it wasn't like, think about how to say this without making someone feel bad. Is there any way?
It goes across the board. Okay.
I'm going to guess it's some sort of live event that you had to go to because you are
just a few days ago.
You are when it comes to local news here in Los Angeles, second biggest market, right? Big market, big deal. You're probably asked to do things locally
a lot.
And you were probably somewhere and you were like, why am I doing this?
No, it's not like that. I mean, honestly, I get very flattered to go to those things and I'm very honored. I'm happy to do it, but sometimes it's not organized as well. And you're just like, okay, we move on. But nonetheless, I think there's something to that, to being open to what the universe has in store for you, because we don't know. It's like you've had to pivot in your career and you're in a place and the world is changing so fast right now, right? So it's like what you're saying yes to could be the next thing. We just don't know because we don't even see it yet.
Yeah. Well, I really try to say yes to anything that happens like digitally just because, I'm an old school TV guy. So I think in terms of like, oh, I've got to get a TV show. I've got to get a job on a TV network. I've got to work on a TV network. And I actually don't. It's not
like that.
It's not like that anymore,
Does that make you nervous at all? Being a TV guy, you were on a TV show for several years. And so it's like, what's next now? I think about that all the time.
It's not even whether it makes me nervous. It's just you have to, you got to move with it or else it's going to move without you, I would say it's funny. I have a theory because I've thought about this a little bit and I want to test this theory out on you. Our favorite jobs are the ones that we first came into
the business to do.
And we maybe learned from older people and we learned older people's tricks and we established ourselves in that world. That is my favorite job. And I mean, I'll tell you, like, I want to hear your take on that.
Well, my job at KTLA, it was my big break.
Oh,
right?
Really?
I mean, working from small market and then getting to LA.
Yeah.
And the way I got the job, like the general manager came to San Diego and offered it to me. I didn't have to apply. So it was like such a wrapped up in a big bow moment that I think, forever this, KTLA is always going to be my favorite job. No matter what comes after it, if anything comes after it, however I expand, regardless of that will always be the job that, made me. And and so that's always the favorite job. So I totally know what you mean. It's like, that's what I equated success in TV with. So in my mind, that's like, I got it.
I mean, I don't know if it's a personal goal, like, oh, that's what I came in on and I want to get really successful at that. Or if it's just, I think it just becomes in your DNA and like, but it's funny. Take someone who is in a very big market, a reporter. Like I'm interested to ask you, how does that translate into this new digital like age,
Yeah, I'm hearing all the time, like with AI, don't fight it. And I don't know how we would incorporate it necessarily because I think that's not my decision to make or my decision on how to implement. But, they say don't fight it. It's going to become part of our job. It's going to aid us in our work. I don't think we're going to get to a point where it replaces like on-camera talent.
I don't think so.
But I think it will replace certain jobs when it comes to camera operators, let's say. And I hope that doesn't happen, because I love to have camera operators. They're the people we work with.
Yeah.
But I think, if I had to guess, I would think like there's certain jobs like that could be replaced with AI down the line. But how, our skill set, where does that translate? I mean, to new media, it's like create your own content, create your own show, and figure out a way to have it tie into what you do. And now we're hearing that television networks want to buy podcasts and license rights to podcasts. So there's certainly a future there where people are going to follow and listen to whoever's voice resonates with them. And I don't know.
Alina, tell me something. You doing this, how did this come about? Because I would like to do something like this, but I'm too afraid. I'm too stuck in my old ways. So this is obviously something you want to do. What are like the first steps you do? I mean, I'm not even kidding when I say this. Are you making a mood board? Like, what are you doing?
I had an idea. I think for me, it was like the catalyst was personal. I'd been in news 15 years. I just got divorced and I needed like a new hobby and also a new way to make more money now being on my own. And, I'm not going to lie about that. But also at the same time, really just wanting to just go beyond news. I love news and that's always going to be my bread and butter and it's always going to be my number one. But I was at a point where I was like, I just want to do more as a journalist, as someone who loves having conversations, especially expansive conversations. And there's certain things you can't talk about in news. So this is a place for everything else.
Yeah.
And how do you do it? Well, it's your own platform. So it's all on you. You have to work with a good team. My team here is amazing. And, we had a lot of trial and error. But I went right into the deep end. And so it's like we're on all the platforms. You produce it yourself. You can either wait to monetize or you can get your own sponsors and do your own embedded ads. I mean, you're essentially your own media company all on your own. It's liberating, but also you have to be, you have to push it and use your own personal relationships to bring in the guests and figure out how you want to do it.
Gosh, do you know what's really funny?
Or you can come and be my co-host. We could do this together.
I mean, let's
start now.
Let's go. It's so funny. Let's read the comments first and see how I do. I read all the comments.
I think you'd be so great at this. And you have like the best Rolodex, all your friends and people you've met along the way. You have so many stories to share and the perspective.
Yeah, it's definitely something I'm interested in. I just don't want to forget this. It's so funny. I was doing another show that was syndicated and I was working with local markets and I was working with a local market and someone I was working with there said, "Oh, today's my last day." And I was like, "Oh, really? This is a big market. Like, are you moving to another market?" And they said, "No, I'm doing my own thing." And I was like, "Really?" And they were like, "This is like, it's the wave of the future. It's not like I'm chasing something here that's getting smaller." I know that's such a rude thing to say, but like, and I was like, this was a couple years ago, maybe a year ago. And I was like, whoa, that's crazy. They had a great job. Like, why would they do that? And they were sort of ahead of my total thinking.
I'm totally curious. What would be like your niche? What would you want to focus on?
I don't even know. I don't even know. That's another thing that's scary. I don't even know what it would be. I maybe need to practice at home.
For me, and this is just being totally honest, when I got a divorce, I was at my absolute lowest, It was a 16-year relationship. So I found myself like, all right, I've got all this raw stuff happening in me, right? So how can I put that to good use? So I would say look at a part of your life that you really have some insight on, something that's contributed to, to the development of your character, that's been a breakthrough for you, that's a catalyst for change. Focus on that.
Right.
Make it niche.
Right.
And expand on that. And I would give this advice to anyone who wants to start something. It's like, what's your purpose? What's something that you can really talk about and be curious about? So that's where it all started, is the curiosity to have conversations about resilience and healing and starting over and really just, taking a sledgehammer to your life and saying, all right, let's start all over again.
That's really interesting.
So that's been like an overarching theme in a lot of the conversations.
That's so funny. That's so interesting. And it gets back to what we were talking about earlier, which is, failing and failing not being a bad thing. Oh gosh, I'm so sorry to say this. I didn't realize you were single and you talked about dating a couple times. I have to ask, like, what is your, I'm pre-apologizing to Breaking Through's HR.
You totally don't need to. I'm the only HR.
What is your Like, what's your age range for dating? Because I do know a guy, but he's going to be like a little older than me, and that might be too old for you.
No, I prefer a little older.
Okay. I might have a single guy for you.
Okay, let's talk.
Recently divorced, kids.
I prefer someone
great
with
guy.
kids.
I was with him last night, and
What's his name?
I don't want to say his name on the show.
All right.
Because I got to show you a picture.
Okay.
Because he is older. He's not like he's not like geriatric.
My age bracket is like 40 to 55. But my sweet spot is definitely the latter.
Wow.
Because my ex-husband is 11 years older than me.
Wow.
So I'm used to that. And at the same time, I appreciate someone who's also been married and has kids because we can have that shared experience.
Yeah.
As opposed to a guy who's 41 and is like starting from scratch,
Yeah. It's interesting. It is,
someone who's been around the block.
Yeah.
Knows the game a little bit.
Yeah, it's funny. I mean, just since we're like auditioning my podcast now, like, tell me, are you on like dating sites? How does that work out?
Just one.
One. Don't say it. We don't want to blow your stuff up. How do you find
the exclusive one?
So that maybe there'll be a sponsor. Come on, Raya, let's go.
Why
We got
not?
Payless and Raya coming here.
There are a lot of celebrities on Raya. Did you know Charlize Theron is on Raya?
All right, we don't have to like.
Chris Rock is on Raya.
Well, do they publicly say that?
Yes,
These are not people that
I'm
you've
not
like
blowing
swiped.
their
Okay,
cover.
yeah.
Chelsea Handler's on Raya.
All right, yeah. It's so funny. I have never. I don't know the world with.
I met a celebrity and went on a date with him, and he was a guest on your show.
Don't blow anybody up.
No.
It's really funny though.
Excuse me.
I mean, there was like, there was like chat date. Wait, what do they call it? Like e-date sites when I was like Cupid and all that stuff.
Yeah.
But there was never
it's
like
douchier, don't worry.
It was never the apps. And I mean, as a newly single person, how are the apps? Are they obviously the access is amazing because it's an app.
Yeah.
But there's got to be that level of the problem that my children dealt with where a guy is not coming up to you at a bar and saying, "Hi, how are you?" And also that's like a power dynamic is like a guy saying, "I'm going to take a chance on saying hello to you. I'm attracted to you. Can I buy you a drink?" And then that's almost like you're getting honored by someone saying that. So it changes the power dynamic as opposed to like,
well, I don't think it's an
"Hey, what's
honor.
up?"
I just think that's like the natural way, right? You have one person who's the approacher, whether you're a man or a male or female, whatever. That's your energy. That's your energy, right? And then the other one is the receiving energy. And I'm definitely not the girl that's going up to a guy and saying, "Hey, can I buy you a drink?"
Right.
Like, no, never. So I'm on one app.
Okay, sure.
And they do the messaging first.
Oh,
and
really?
It's the only app I've ever been on. I mean, no, you can message them too, but I prefer to see like, how's the guy going to approach you?
Right.
Because the opening line, the way you went up to Rebecca, you took the initiative. To me, that says a lot. And if a guy can't figure out how to do that, it's like the way you do one thing is the way you do everything.
Again, I've never been on a dating site. How do you curate
you dodged a bullet.
How do you curate your, well, not yet, the night's still young. How do you curate your photos? How much thinking goes into that? I've heard some people do group shots so they don't know who is who, so people can say like,
anybody.
Who are you? That what?
That doesn't help anyone to do a group shot. No, it's like 6 or 7 photos of me and it's a mix. But I think, and you'll understand this, when you're someone who's on television, you're almost like ick of yourself being on an app because you're like, why am I here? Like,
got to do it though. You got to be open to the universe.
Because that's how humans meet nowadays.
I
don't go out that much. I'm a mom. I have 2 little kids. I have like 15 jobs. I have to do that to meet people. And even then, I'm super sick.
It's through the phones. It's through the phones. It just is, It's just, that's how we do everything.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, how do I just renewed my license. I did it on my phone. Like I do everything. I pay my dentist on my phone. Like, I mean, what do I will pay my dermatologist on my phone. Like, what do you want? Like, it's just all through the phones. Again, like you're breaking through HR. So tell me when it's getting a little crazy. The picking of the photos. Can you describe what photos we put on there? What does your dating profile look like?
Okay, there are no thirst traps, but also at the same time, you have to acknowledge that it's like the competition is like 25-year-olds, right? So you have to put you wanna show up like I've got it, but at the same time, you don't want to be ick about it. So don't even ask me about what I have in my bio. That's even worse.
Well, now I have to ask, what is in your...
I don't know. It says something like polyglot. I work in news, don't watch a lot of news, because I think when people see you work in news, they think you're so serious.
I'm so embarrassed, and you can cut this part out. Actually, I'm insisting you cut it out. I'm joking. Don't cut anything out. That was a joke. What does polyglot mean? Is that someone who
speaks multiple,
like numerous partners?
No. Hard no on that.
Oh.
Polyglot is like someone who speaks multiple languages, Jerry.
Oh.
Hence the Russian. And
okay, sorry. Yeah. I mean, that's great. Why not just say multilingual? I'm not.
You'd be surprised. There's people on Raya who are with their spouse and they say looking for an
additional relationship.
A partner. What do they call it? A trouble? Trouble? Triple?
Thruple.
Thruple.
Yeah. Polyglot. A polyglotnous relationship.
I think you meant polygamist.
Wow, this is good stuff for our podcast.
Totally.
See this, we're trying it out. That's really funny. Yeah, it's a crazy world out there. Do you also have to show photos like I'm hiking, I'm at the surfing?
I actually am a big hiker, so I do show that. Yeah.
So you show the hiking outdoors.
I mean, it's LA. If you don't show that you hike or do something active, you're
show
like
the pet.
Not
like
cool.
I have pets.
I have a dog.
Sure.
But I don't. No.
Dog's not on there?
That's lame. And if a guy has a photo of his dog, done.
Really?
Stupid.
Yeah, I would imagine guys.
Why would I care as a woman to see your dog?
Maybe it shows that they're capable of being in a relationship.
I have two rules. Don't have a dog photo and don't be from Venice. I will not date a guy from Venice. That's something else I've done. That was a big no-no.
It's really funny.
It's a certain.
It's a vibe there. It's a vibe that you don't really mesh with. Okay. Yeah. The dogs are funny. You know what would annoy me if I was, we're going to assign gender here. If I was a woman and I was on a dating app that rhymes with Raya, guys who wear hats, like funny hats.
Like
hats
a fedora.
would annoy me. What?
Like a fedora?
Yeah, like a hat.
That'd be weird.
I have a weird hat. Funky hat. Look at me. That would annoy me. Yeah.
And you know what the creepiest thing is? They'll see you on that site and you don't match with them or they can't DM you and then they find you on Instagram and then they drop into your DMs. Like, hey, saw you here. It's like, well, buddy, we didn't connect. There's no reason for us to connect anymore.
I have to appreciate
I sound like such a mean person. I'm really not.
You have to be guarded. I appreciate the extra step, you never know when.
I mean, if he's cute, then it's endearing.
Yeah.
But if he's not, then.
And you never know when somebody could catch you in a moment of weakness and you're like, all right, hey, what's up?
Mm-hmm.
But that is funny. That is, it's this, the struggle is real.
The struggle is real.
I'm
going to let you know and we're going to talk about your friend, but I want to know something. Going from acting to hosting, is there something you specifically had to unlearn? Because like with going from news even to podcasting, the main thing is like, well, news is super structured, right? And so there's just more levity and it's a different format.
Something I had to learn, oh my God, shout out to my buddy Jeff, works at Hearst, big news group. Follow him on my buddy Jeff, Jeff Rossen. He's a pretty famous TV reporter. Follow him on Instagram. He does some really fun things about making deals. He used to be the guy on the Today Show who's like, he's just great. He taught me how to track. And for those who don't know.
I know what tracking is.
Of course you do. But tracking is
recording a voiceover.
You have to, as someone who's in unscripted, you record voiceovers, and there's an art form to it. And Jeff Rossen taught me how to track because it's so funny. I was doing voiceovers, and I was speaking in this voice, and I was like, "Hey, what's up? We're here with Alina, and we're gonna have a conversation." I'd say it like I talk normally, and it sounded like. When it was on TV, it literally, I'm not joking, it it sounded like I was talking like this, and it just had no life, and it was like that. And
my first news director told me, shout when you're tracking, and then it'll sound normal.
So just say like, we're gonna be here with Jerry O'Connell here on Breaking Through in a tracking voice, and then I'll do my tracking voice.
Well, we're gonna be here with Jerry O'Connell.
Yeah,
I know, it's weird. Like I can't do it unless I'm in
but
that
it's crazy. But when you put it to picture, it goes
higher.
So I do things where I like try to go up and down with my voices when you track.
Yeah.
I know that sounds...
See, I can't just say it, I have to read. So I'll read like a question I had for you.
Is this the most embarrassing segment on this podcast of me doing my tracking voice?
What would you be if you weren't in entertainment? What would you be? Like there's no reason for the B to be punched, but you just do it. And I can't even tell you how I do it anymore. I've been doing this 15 years. But my natural voice is actually pretty calm. But I've learned to shout on TV for no reason.
Should I answer you in a tracking voice?
Yes, you should.
I'm a law school dropout. I did 1 year of law school here in Southern California at Southwestern Law School. It's right there on Wilshire Boulevard.
Why on earth did you decide to go to law school?
You know, I wasn't really working as an actor. I always thought I'd go to graduate school. I didn't want to go to English school. I didn't want to study English. I didn't want to study film. I had been working in the industry. I thought maybe about film school, and I was like, oh, what would be a fun grad school to go to?
Law school sounds fun.
And I wanted to go to night school specifically. And I applied to 2 night school programs here in LA. And I got into Southwestern. I took the LSATs.
What was your LSAT score?
It was good. It was, I'm going to give it out here. I think it was like 144.
It's pretty good. I think Elle Woods had 149.
Yeah. Wait, is that bad?
No, that's good.
Oh, yeah.
Elle Woods is Legally Blonde.
Yeah, I know. But wasn't she like bad at law?
No. But she passed the bar.
Oh, yeah.
No, sorry, not the bar. She passed the LSATs.
Yeah. And I went for a year, and I just wanted to go to grad school. It was so funny. I hadn't been in college. I like college. I just like the environment. Your night school is so fun because you're with old people and young people, and everybody's sort of doing it as their side gig. And studying the law for a year was a lot of fun. It was cool. I would go back in a second. I might actually even just study to take the bar someday. It's fun being in school. I try to take lessons with things. I take saxophone lessons. I'm a terrible saxophone player. I take tap dancing lessons. I did a play and there were these tap dancers and I was like, I got to learn how to do that. I try to always
You're like an eternal student.
Yeah, I always try to take something. I take jujitsu. Shout out Jean-Jacques. He's a Southern Cal guy. Awesome school, so fun. Beginners welcome. I'm the worst. I am the worst in the class, and I have so much fun. It's such a fun, welcoming environment.
I think that ties in with being an actor because I did theater my whole life, and I actually wanted to be an actress, but I stopped because my ex-husband didn't think it was appropriate.
Really?
Yeah.
Bummer. So let's get back into it. Let's get you an audition.
Switch. How about you take my chair and start hosting this show and I'll go. But I think we just have an insatiable curiosity, right? Because we can see ourselves in so many different roles, even if it's not forever. We just have a very open mind. Would you say that's true?
Yeah, I just like to experience it. I just like to experience it. So getting back to the original question, I'd probably, I don't know, do something in law, Although I did do a mock trial and I went really far in it. And at the last round that I got knocked out at, I was told I was overacting for the mock jury and everything. And that my wife thought that was really funny. She was there watching it. It was like a fake dog bite case. And I was talking about how vicious the dog was and it would attack people. And when I lost the mock trial, they said I was overacting to the jury a little bit, that I needed to tone it down. I was doing a little too much.
A little too much. What would Rebecca like to see you do? What does she think that you're really good at? Or your kids?
I don't know. It's funny. Professionally, my wife and I really support each other. My wife has been very busy as an actress these last couple of years, and I'm so proud of her just because, my wife is a woman of a particular age and still rocking it. This year is her most successful year as an actress, and I'm so like proud of her. And so right now, my job is really to make sure our kids are not smoking ciggies, failing at that, not getting too drunk, failing at that, not wearing revealing clothing to homecoming, failing at that, but like
going out with lame guys,
failing at that.
We're gonna so hear from their parents.
They don't even know. Who cares? And I didn't mention any names. I made up names. Like somebody's got to be at home with them. A big bummer for our industry and entertainment is that a lot of the jobs have left Los Angeles. So my wife is currently working overseas and in Canada, and there's a lot of traveling, and somebody's got to watch our kids. And also we have pets, so I have to make sure the house smells okay. There has to be, we have a diffuser that puts out like nice smelling things. I have to put the drops in it, and regular use of candles. Also, windows have to be open at certain times. I have to hold down the fort.
Gotcha.
The diffuser dropping thing. Do you have one of those things that
No, it's a dog, and he just like pees on the thing, and I have to wash the rug.
Right. Yeah.
It's not fun. I'm the worst dog mom.
Yeah. You can lay stuff out. We have cats too. I have to put tinfoil on furniture. Wow, we're really covering a lot on this episode of Breaking Through.
Yeah. We have a lot of cat lovers, so you'd be surprised.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
So you mentioned the name Breaking Through, and I always kind of ask this question. I weave it in at some point. What's something that you feel you've broken through in, like professionally or personally in your life, that you're like, I really got through that moment?
I would say I've gotten through professional failure. It's so funny. In the mornings when I wake up, I like to have a very quick meditative moment. I wake up and I close my eyes and I like just with my thoughts and I breathe. This is right before I get out of bed.
That's the best time to do it, when you're in, I think it's still like the beta state.
Yeah. So alarms have gone off. I'm a big snooze guy. Love snooze. I have it set to 10 minutes. I set 2 alarms. So they go off every 10 minutes. Tell me when I'm going off topic here. But I like literally, I'm like, okay, I am going to get up this time. I am going to get up. And I just close my eyes and I go, okay, what do I have to do today? I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. What do I want to accomplish today? This would be nice. What do I want to make sure like I don't do today? And a lot of times it's like fight with my kids, or like, I don't want to get into it with my kids. I'm upset with my kids. I don't want to try not to get into a fight. Doesn't always work out. Or with my wife. I'm upset with my wife about something. Try not to fight with my wife. I'm still upset about that thing from yesterday. Just don't get into a fight. And I try to do that in the morning. I am usually not successful in that, but I do try to do it. Getting back to the breaking through thing, I also say to myself, like, hey, what am I like proud of myself? What am I proud of myself? What have I done? And it's funny being an actor. You're, we talked about me being on that daytime show. That daytime show got canceled. I was an actor in another show that got canceled. Like, I'm always in canceled shows. And you really like, professional failure is something that like, it's like F word. Like, I can't believe that didn't, and you can dwell on like a failure, you can like think about it. What could I have done? Where did I go wrong? Should I not even have done that job? And it's funny. I'm proud of myself at not worrying about failure anymore. I really like move forward. Like, I really think about like, what's next? What am I doing next? I'm really, and that's something that I have only recently gotten better at.
What got you there?
Honestly, like age, like experience, knowing that those negative thoughts are just not healthy, Negative thoughts against anyone. Being angry at somebody is not healthy, It's funny. I try to make sure with my kids, if they're like, this person did this, and can you believe this? And they're like this. And I'm like, I try to explain to them like, hey, girls, don't be mad at them. This is why they're doing it. I try not to have like resentments against anybody,
Which is really hard to do. But I think, it's the bounce back rate, right? And you want to model that to your children. It's like, dust yourself off, because yes, this business is full filled with rejection. Even just being in news, I feel like I've had a lot of doors closed in my face too. And what does that say about me? Well, you decide what that says about you. If it says anything about you, or it's not personal. It's not about you. That's the point.
My wife is a Scorpio. Love her. Love my Scorp queen. But I truly believe, because my wife is a Scorpio, things anger my wife can be quick to be angered. I know this, so I tread lightly around Scorps.
What's your sign?
Aquarian, man. Come on.
I'm a Pisces.
Yeah. Can't you tell? Sometimes with Scorps, like if somebody crosses them, they're not having it. And it's something Scorpions never forget. I don't think that's a good way to go through life. I think you have to you don't have to forgive, but you got to forget and just let it go and realize why people are doing things. It's like really funny. So I think a lot of that comes from me letting go of resentments from failure. And it's my ability to be like, all right, yeah. And another thing I'll tell you, sorry, we're really getting into it, is if people see you act cool when you failed and they know you failed, if they see you own it, it's a really attractive quality, Alina. Listen, I just want to be attractive. I mean, isn't that what we all want to be? Is like super hot. And it's an attractive quality.
It's your humility. And everyone we all want to have permission to feel what we feel, right? So if you stand there and say, look, I failed at this, make somebody else feel a little bit better that they failed at something. And it's like the word failure to me is really ugly. I think you look at it as I did something, but this is the nature of my business. We're never guaranteed. It's one show and then another show. It's a gig job, right?
Yeah.
I work contract to contract.
I know.
So it's all a gig job.
I know.
And that's the thing. Like you said, you got to keep it moving. And, as far as like seeing opportunities, right? If you have tunnel vision, one particular way of living your life. If you always thought like, I'm only going to be an actor, you would never have ended up doing so many other things. Or I'm only going to be this, you're limiting yourself. But once you expand your mind, now it's like that red car theory. Once you open your mind to the yeses, you get a lot more
What is the red car theory?
Like the more you think about a red car, you'll see red cars. So if you open up your consciousness to Jerry O'Connell is not just an actor or a TV host, or just like everything will else open up. You don't know what you could do. You could be an author. You could be a podcaster. You could do, comedy. I feel like you have such a great presence for stand-up. Have you ever thought about that?
I used to hang out with like all my stand-up friends. I have a lot of stand-up friends. I go see them do it. I'll be honest.
It's really hard.
It requires also going out like late at night and like going out. I can't do that. I can't go out every night. I will say this, something that's so fun about stand-up, all my stand-up friends, they always they always bounce around to different clubs and they have stuff to do every night. It's not a lonely, it must be lonely driving from gig to gig, but at least you're like going somewhere. I love hanging out at, shout out the Comedy Store or the Laugh Factory and going and just seeing people come in and out. And it just seems like so fun to me,
Well, this was really fun.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
This was great. It was a really good time.
Like you totally upped the ante of the show now. Like I'm going to get some big celebrities now.
Get out.
100%.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, you legitimized us. Next level.
I don't know about that. No, it was a really fun, and I'm going to really think about that like failure thing. That's really interesting.
It's not failure. It's the nature of the business.
Oh my God. And I'm going to set you up with my old friend. Got to show you a picture. It's going to be off camera because he may be too old for you.
Seasoned, mature.
Great guy. But I'll be on the lookout.
Okay. You're finding me a husband. And we're gonna get you a podcast.
Yeah.
Jerry, thank you so much. Yeah, that was really fun. So fun.
Yeah, it was great.
Thank you so much for tuning in to Breaking Through with Alina Aberbian. For our community to grow, please like and share, and also leave a review on this episode. Of course, you can find me on social media and let me know what you'd like to talk about in future episodes. Nothing is off limits, so let's have some fun.